Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pavel Podvig from the UN Institute of Disarmament Research, and I'm very pleased to welcome you to our fifth seminar in the series that considers specific actions of the 2010 NPT Review Conference Action Plan that are important for the success of the NPT review process. We hope that these seminars would help draw attention to the various issues in the run-up of the next session of the NPT PrepCom that will be held here in Geneva in April-May next year. This series of seminars is organized by Geneva Forum, a joint initiative of the Quaker United Nations Office and the Center for Conflict Development and Peace Building of the Graduate Institute and the UN Institute for Disarmament Research. At the first seminars, for those of you who have been attending these, we discussed transparency and accountability in nuclear disarmament. We talked about steps toward elimination of military nuclear materials, IAEA safeguards, and nuclear security. We also had a joint meeting with the IAEA Geneva office last month, and that was also part of this series. Today we will talk about the part of the action plan that deals with peaceful use of nuclear energy and safety and security and economic issues associated with it. Nuclear power, of course, has always had its share of controversies. Some are related to safety, some to nuclear proliferation. And at the same time, we've seen in the past decade or so that the number of countries have been seriously considering building new nuclear power plants and facilities. And that led to a talk of a nuclear renaissance that still is around, I guess. But at the same time, we know that the problems associated with nuclear power have never really gone away. And the Fukushima incident demonstrated that even in an advanced nuclear power industry, you are not immune from serious safety problems. Also, we've seen that some of the regions that are at the forefront of the nuclear expansion have to deal now with the new political and economic realities. And this is particularly true in the case of the Middle East, that is undergoing a very interesting transformation. So we've already seen the impact of Fukushima and political changes around the world as a number of countries actually start reconsidering their nuclear programs. And I think it's very important to understand the process, and because this process will shape the future of nuclear power and nuclear industry. It is my pleasure to introduce our speakers, Michael Schneider, an independent consultant based in Paris, and Anton Klopkov, the director of the Center for Energy and Security Policy in Moscow. Michael Schneider has been actively working on energy and nuclear policy. He advised a number of governments and non-governmental institutions on these issues. He's a member of the International Panel on Fissile Materials. Earlier this year, he co-authored a major study, the World Nuclear Industry Status Report, which looked at the challenges facing the industry globally. I asked Michael specifically to give us his perspective on the changing that are happening in what I would call the established nuclear power states, Europe, Japan, and United States, and talk more about the kind of a global picture of where the nuclear industry is going, and how the industry deals with the aftermath of Fukushima, and what kind of changes we could expect in the nuclear industries in the future. Anton Klopkov and his center in Moscow are working on the project that will look at the prospects for nuclear power in the Middle East. It's one of the projects that the center is running. And this is, of course, the Middle East is a very interesting and important region that is just kind of entering or trying to enter the nuclear power business. So I asked Dr. Klopkov to give us an overview how the recent changes, including the Fukushima and the economic challenges, how they impact the plans of nuclear buildup in the region. So our speakers prepared, as usual, briefing papers, which are available at the outside of the room. They will be also posted at the Unidear website, as will the slides that Michael prepared for his presentation. And of course, the audio will be available there as well. Also, I believe Anton brought some publications of his center, from his center with him. I would encourage you to take copies as well. So now we'll hear from our speakers, and then we will have time for Q&As after both presentations. And first, we'll start with Michael Schneider. Michael, the floor is yours, please.